drop a hot post while you at Roscoe's and have niggas running in with the Roscoe. Should've left her eating PB&J, leftover tacos. I'm selfish like P&B. This cheese is nachos.
Velli in the studio.
Hey, Velli, man. My mic on? You hear me? Hear me good? Alright, cool.
Velli in the studio.
Velli.
So you just dropped an album.
It ain't dropped yet. It's coming on 7/15/23. That'll be next month on the 15th.
Okay, forgive me. 7/15/20.
Yes, sir.
All right, can you tell us about this album?
It's called Hard to Watch. I had the title for it a minute ago, and I just never got to like actualize it. So right after I did Dead Boys, which is on Paka on YouTube, you can go listen to the full joint. I wrote this one and recorded it right after that, 10 songs, and it's basically, you know, it's kind of on the same wavelength as Dead Boys, but it's more just raising it up a little bit. I work with different producers. I work with shout out to Bkermn, shout out to Scotty Flippin, shout out to Paulie Paul, and definitely shout out to Bkermn over there. He definitely the GOAT, you know what I mean? For real. You just try to, you know, make it hard, make it accessible to everybody. It's gonna be on every streaming platform. I'm about to start shooting videos for it and shit. So appreciate everybody that supports, you know.
Okay, what would you say? Is there any differences between the last album and this one?
The Dead Boys one I wrote like in the mind state of when I first got on the block. Like just like that hunger and what people taught me, and like I wrote it with the spirit of my two dead homies that like really brought me into this shit. So that was like the attitude I first came in. So a lot of those songs got the same energy as, you know, when I first got out there, when I was on State Street by the Urban League and shit. This one now is more like where I'm at now. You know, I ain't running around crazy, I ain't getting locked up, I'm just cooling, you know what I mean? So it's just like advice, a lot of good advice in there. A lot of bangers, still a little bit of pain in there, but you know, that's the difference. It's like more grown up than Dead Boys. Dead Boys is kind of in your face wild, you know. I started it off wild, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the influence for the change?
The influence is just growth. Like people didn't know nothing about me. So I had to give them Dead Boys to show them where I came from, but this is where I'm at now. So that's the major thing, man. It just, certain records on there I felt like just put you in a certain mood. Like the joint, the Kerosene Tattoos joint, y'all probably hear when it come out. It's elevated. It's more in-depth, more personal, you know.
What would you say is the most personal track, like related to your lifestyle?
I say Potential. Potential is the last song on there, and it's just talking about my day-to-day, and just, you know, the motivation for everything. Like, it's talking about how, you know, a couple years ago I was living in Atlanta, and just the influence to come back. Because a lot of people think when you move, the idea is to move to Atlanta, move to LA, move to where something is popping at. But with the internet, it's like, it's really your mindset. And I knew I had all the support back here. Like, I could shoot videos 24/7. All my money was here. And just, you know, so it's like with the internet, if you can't get hot on the net, then you ain't shit anyway. So it really don't matter where you at. It's where your grind is, you know what I'm saying? And just paying attention. So, yeah. Word.
That's a fact. It's definitely all in your hustle.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it costs a lot of money to do this shit, too. For real. Like, so, like, you know, just to put out a tape, for me, it can run me $3,000 to put out a tape. It could run me, you know what I mean? It could run me $1,000 just to record it and master it. You feel me? And then you got videos, you got the look, you got the locations, all of that shit. So this shit costs to do this shit. It's an investment. So, you know, like when people send me unmixed music, I won't listen to it. because you're not putting no money into your craft. Well, I'm gonna listen to your messed up, nasty shit when I'm doing all of this shit. You feel what I'm saying? I just did a feature with SD Knack. You know what I'm saying? SD Knack rapping with fucking Westside Gun and shit. I did the feature and the video. Went out to Le Mass on the block where the Fiends was at and shot that shit. And niggas ain't, you know what I mean? So like, I don't, you know, it's just shit is just too real right now.
Putting in work.
Yeah, you got to. You got to. For real, for real. Yes, sir.
So, like I see, like in a lot of the tracks, you kind of talk about like money and kind of like portraying like a high style lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you say that came from? Like from where you're from? Or?
Yeah. Nah, my OGs taught me that. Like my OGs was like, the ones that brought me in was like, get money, be fly, but before all of that, I'm gonna show you how to get away with everything. So before you do anything, you know how to, cause you can't spend no money, you can't enjoy nothing if you in jail. So that was the whole thing. I learned everything else on my own, but this shit came from that. You know what I'm saying? Like I was always fly, but you know what I'm saying? It just elevated. So now it's like, bro, when I'm rapping, you gotta look at me like, bro, this nigga got 30, 40,000 on his neck. This nigga got $5 grand in his pocket. For real. Shit ain't no game. Like, we really do this shit. So it's like, you gotta take me seriously. I couldn't be a broke nigga and be in the studio. I'd be thinking about going to get some money. What I'm in the studio rapping for if I'm broke.
That makes sense.
Or go somewhere, get a 9 to 5, do whatever, get some money. For real, for real. Like, I ain't about to be fucked up. A lot of niggas be like, I get motivated from the pain and the struggle. Nah, nigga, I want to go get some damn money. I get motivated. I write my best songs when I got some money in my pocket. For real, for real.
Money is the motivation.
For real. And it's not like being materialistic. It's like, bro, to shoot a video, it costs money. To record a song, it costs money. Location, you want a model, you want to look a certain way, that shit costs money. So when a rapper say, look, I need 50,000 to show up, he done already spent that on getting to where he at. So yeah, pay that man. Pay me. You know what I'm saying? Pay me.
Absolutely.
I'm charging, nigga, like for real. So that's what it looked like.
Okay. So what would you say you charge like for a feature?
It depends on who the person is. Like if he on the same level as me, if he got about the same type of movement on the net, then we could work something out. If I like you, we hot, we could just work something out. It's mutually beneficial. Right. But if you just a nigga that's, yo, you get on me on the track, you got 0 followers, 0 nothing, you ain't got no money, you look crazy, I'm charging you. So we'll talk about the price man to man. It differentiates from each person to person. You know what I'm saying? But really, what my aim in this shit is, I really want to write for people. I really want to write big songs for people. It don't matter if it's pop, whatever. I want to write for people and get involved in that. That's what I really want to do. But
that's dope because writing is definitely a talent. Everybody can't do that.
Yeah. So that's the key. That's the key. You know what I mean? It's the people that wrote Whitney Houston songs still getting paid every time they spend. The Dream, Neo, those are the guys I looked up to coming up. You know what I'm saying? The Dream, Neo, Jay-Z. If you could write for somebody, you got it to give away. So you can make 100 songs, and you know what I mean? I write songs every day. I write about 3 verses a day. Stuff that I probably never put on record, that I probably never use, but I write it. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? That's just to keep my pen sharp. So when I go in the studio with niggas, and I sit down and I write my verse in 15 minutes and it's harder than everybody else's, you know why? Because when I'm at home, when I'm between getting money, working, yeah, I'm writing all the time. I got 2 phones. I got a phone just for rhymes.
Apple tags on every pair of jeans. One shell out the mag, a rip and tear his spleen, and burn like kerosene and have him crying tears for weeks.
My bitch hot like a spot right near police. Just pulled 1,000 out and now bought a pair of sneaks. My jeweler probably got my watch right near the beach. All this water.